Yo, welcome back to JWez TV. Like I said, before we get into these clips, hit that subscribe button. Beep. I appreciate y'all for the support. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for returning back. Hit that notification bell so y'all can get the next drop and don't miss a beat, all right? Also, always leave a like and a comment. Shout out to y'all who continue to stay tapped in, you know? But yeah, let's get into this reaction. This is a War in Cali edition, pretty much. It won't get behind, Pee Wee. You know, Pee Wee is an individual who's from Fruittown. I seen a clip on him a long time ago on Street Games. I'm gonna end up running that clip and doing reaction to that. But this is pretty much what happened and what occurred a little bit after that Street Game clip. All right. Without further more, let's get into it.
Welcome back to another episode of War in Cali. In this episode, I'm gonna detail the story of Pee Wee from the Fruittown Brims. Pee Wee was born Kasim Knox and would grow up in South Central. He would live the early portion of his life living in the Black Pea Stones turf. He would go to schools like Hillcrest and Audubon, but his life was severely changed after the death of his older brother, who was killed by the police. This changed Pee Wee's life in a negative way and sent him down the wrong path in life. His mother was a strong woman who took care of 4 kids and gave them everything they needed. Unlike most kids, Pee Wee even had his father in his life, and none of his family were gang members. So the life that Pee Wee would let her live in the future would be the complete opposite of what was going on inside his home.
That's crazy. He ain't had no gang members in his family, no parents, no nothing. So this is pretty much what happens when you in an environment, and that environment take hold of you, and sometimes your parents gotta work and they're not always there to be visual to watch you. So, unfortunately people do become a product of the environment. Let's get back to this clip though.
Even though he would live in BPS turf and later Inglewood, Pee Wee would get familiar with the Fruittown Brims after meeting a few members, and he even started hanging out with the crowd and the older members of the Fruittown Brims, and he later became an official member of the gang. Even if he had to travel far just to be with his gang, that's what he would do often. He even would do things like taking buses just to go to his hood. The Brims consisted of 3 different sets under the Brim umbrella, being Fruittown, Finesse, and Harvard Park, which all 3 gangs have a strong relationship with each other, and also to their allies like the Rolling 20 Bloods and BPS. Their cliques consist.
The crazy part, they hood is literally in the college area of USC. So while you walking in that USC area, or you think it's W&W, people be getting booked over there. All type of stuff be happening, But that is a high crime area, and it's crazy. You got a college right on top of a gang infested area,
35th Street, 36th Street, 37th Street, and 38th Street. But they will also have several rivals, like gangs like the Rolling 30 Crips and the Rolling 40 Crips. Pee Wee died in the streets early on and would be in and out of jail. Even at an early age, he would appear in the documentary Bloods and Crips Made in America. As a teenager, in the years followed, Pee Wee would become a hardened gang member, involved in a lot, and was a young frontliner in his set, and gained a daily reputation. Pee Wee, along with other young active members of the Fruittown Brims, would make a clique within their gang, called the infamous Gangsta Bloods, also known as just IGB, which was a young crew full of active gang members, known for putting in work, and many members from that crew, like G Active, would get life in prison.
Like he said, infamous Gangsta Bloods, a clique that they started. Young crew members, was the active ones in that gang area, So, to be a part of that crew, you have to be active. So, one, which is G Active, he in jail, and we listening to the other one, Pee Wee right now, Let's get into this story. Shout out to the Brims.
Pee Wee would go through a lot of trials and tribulations, which included him getting shot and a lot of jail time, but a lot more will come. Whitney York, a 32-year-old black man, was shot and killed on March 31st, 2017, in the 3100 block at 8th Avenue in Jefferson Park. Whitney was sitting in a folding chair in front of his home with a friend when 3 men walked up and fired multiple gunshots at Whitney, striking him. The suspects then fled on foot. Whitney was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Whitney was allegedly a member of the Rolling 30 Crips. June 29th, 2017, while trying to serve a warrant, officers spotted one of the suspects driving off in a car. This prompted a chase. The suspect fled from his vehicle armed with a handgun, and then a gunfight ensued between the individual and the pursuing officers, resulting in one of the SWAT officers being shot in the hip, and the individual who was wanted for murder also received gunshot wounds. The suspect was Pee Wee, and the craziest thing about this whole situation was that Pee Wee recorded the shootout with the police on Facebook.
So this dude pretty much, or I'm not gonna say this dude, but allegedly somebody from rolling 30s, ended up getting killed, I guess he was one of the suspects. He went on a run, had a shootout with the cops, and they say it's footage. So let's continue to roll this Warren Kelly reaction clip. Shout out to the Brim. Shout out to G Active. This is not glorifying no murders or anything like this. It's just me reacting to these young individual lives and they ups and downs they go through, and they story at the end of the day. So let's continue this story, all right?
Alive. He will survive the shooting and be taken into custody.
A gun battle with LAPD streamed live. A murder suspect on the run shows the hail of bullets on Facebook.
NBC4's Robert Kovacic joins us live in El Segundo right now with that new video and new developments. Robert?
Colleen and Chuck, first of all, a note to our viewers, this video may be tough for some to watch. We are talking about a homicide suspect who was suddenly willing to put residents who live in this gated community at risk, as well as a number of police officers. A homicide suspect who was carrying a handgun as well as a cell phone, streaming it live, talking to his family.
Pee Wee was 25 at the time and was charged with 5 counts of each of attempted murder of a police officer and also assault of a police officer with a semi-automatic firearm, 4 counts of possession of a firearm by a felon, and 2 counts of unlawful possession of ammunition, and 1 count of each of shooting at an inhabited dwelling and shooting at an occupied motor vehicle.
This nigga Pee Wee, man, seemed like he didn't care, man. He probably wanted to go down with a shootout with the cops, be involved, wrapped up in a murder already, knowing he's finna probably face some prison time. He got hit that county jail, you're gonna have to run all those fades and all that other stuff you're gonna have to deal with in there, and he was willing to shoot out with the cops to try to probably, make sure he don't go that route, but, he survived.
Plus the shooting of Whitney. Pee Wee would later be sentenced to life for all the crimes he committed. Pee Wee was a case of decisions of what you could have avoided, but you chose on your own.
So that was pretty much the story of Pee Wee from Fruitown Brim's pretty high-speed chasing, having a shootout with the cops. Things get tricky and ugly real quick, but like this dude said, it is pretty much a decision choice that he made throughout everything that led up to that moment, That's my reaction to Fruitown Brim Pee Wee. He did have a shootout pretty much with the cop, survived that shootout, and now he's facing time in jail at the end of the day. It's not my story, it's his story, all right? This is J Wiz TV. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until the next clip drop, I'm out.